I'm Emily Bopes, and I did my Indigenous author project on Jory Harjo, early and personal life. She is a poet from the Muscogee Creek Nation. She's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. She went to high school at the Innovative Institution of American Indian Arts. She began her poetry journey at the University of New Mexico. Her goal in her poetry is to have Native American empowerment movements. She has a master's in fine arts from Iowa. She teaches English, and she performs music and poetry nationally and internationally. Books and literature. Harjo is an author. She has 11 books. I listed a couple of her books that she has. One of the books I listed is Weaving Sundown and Scarlet Light, 50 Poems for 50 Years. This book celebrates her 50 year as a poet, and to celebrate, she took her 50 best poems throughout her career and placed them all into this book. An American Sunrise. This book discusses how the Muscogee Native American tribe were forced off their land in Oklahoma in the early 1800s. She uses history and dialogue to explain the story. She just has 3 award-winning children's books. I only listed 2 of them. The first one is Remember, which this is a children's book that lets its youth readers reflect on their family heritage and the world around them. The other book I listed was For a Girl Becoming. This children's book tells the story of a young girl's upbringing throughout her life and brings connections about the world in the story. Connection to poetry. To Harjo. Poetry is connected to memory, spirit, and the present world. She uses a bridge as a metaphor to show the connection between inner and outer expression. She describes her storytelling through poetry as an important aspect of human identity. She mentioned how life is messy and that it is part of being human. Harjo also explains how poetry is a way to express herself and her Native American tribe. Her work is inspired by the Muscogee traditions, rituals, and ceremonies. These rituals have been disrupted and lost in modern society. She believes that poetry about Native American life can help restore cultural traditions. Most recent work. Harjo's most recent book is an illustrated book named Washing My Mother's Body, A Ceremony for Grief. This book discusses a poem that is about Harjo's relationship with her mother. Her mother is a member of the Cherokee tribe. This poem goes in depth with her mother, ancestral memory, and emotional grief. Harjo explains how grief is a long process and how healing takes time. Poetry serves as a way back to justice. Harjo often reflects on her storytelling. She explains that some cultural language from her Native American group cannot be fully translated to English or expose their traditions and context to the outside their tribe. She talks about her journey as a writer, as a poet and writer. Harjo's stories are vulnerable but strong with emotional and identity. Harjo writes distinctly in the female perspective. She mixes feminism with identity. This is my works cited.